Live from the Meadowlands Arena in East Rutherford, New Jersey, Sports Channel presents New Jersey Nets basketball. Tonight, the fourth and final meeting of the season between the New Jersey Nets and the Boston Celtics. And a big one indeed, as we'll check out the league standings, which are brought to you by Payne Weber. They believe their most important investment is an investment in relationship. How big is this game? Big indeed. The Nets coming into play tonight trail the Boston Celtics by a game and a half in that fight for fourth place. They're only 2 up on Atlanta. Atlanta was beaten last night by Detroit. Spencer Ross along with Bill Raftery here at the Meadowlands, and indeed an important game. The Nets in the throes of a 6-game losing streak right now. Celtics had that big 9-game run, and then they lost 5 in a row before a victory a couple of nights ago against Indiana. Drazen Petrovic back has to help this basketball game.
He does. In the first game, talking to Chuck, he just wasn't himself, and some of the shots that he normally would make, he wasn't making. But here's a guy that has to be on his game for the Nets to do some damage late this year as well as into the playoffs. So I'm sure a welcome sign for the Nets to have him back.
He will not start tonight. I was talking before the game. He says he's looking forward to playing Reggie Lewis. Wants to get up in the defense again. He says he's moving well laterally, and Drazen just wants to get out and play. Even with 2 healthy legs, even with 4 healthy legs, it's tough to stop Reggie Lewis. He killed the Nets last time out.
Reggie's great with the dribble. He's great coming off picks. He does so many tough things for a defender, and we know Drazen over the year has gotten help and gotten some assistance to improve his own defense, and he's improved on one-on-one defense. But it's a case tonight of a quicker guy, a guy because of his physical problems will have a tough time staying up with Reggie Lewis.
I'll tell you, it's tough to stay healthy with this basketball team. Chuck Daly, of course, that incident when he fell after the game Saturday night. Derrick Coleman, we haven't received official word yet, but he's having some trouble with his knee. Derrick may or may not start. He's on the floor right now, gone through the layup drills. The Nets need Derrick Coleman and need a big effort from everybody tonight.
Well, there's no official statement. They said he banged the knee and he seems okay. He looks good in warm-ups here, so not a bad move to the goal there. So hopefully they can't afford too many more problems health-wise.
Well, the Nets have gotten some good help off the bench from the likes of Bernard King and Mo Cheeks and Raphael Addison back in the starting lineup again tonight as the Nets go up against the Celtics. 4th time they meet this season. Celtics have won the first 3. Back with the lineups right after this. Back here at the Meadowlands Arena. Crowd a little late in arriving, but this is a sellout crowd for tonight's ball game. Celtics won that first game here at the Meadowlands in a D. Brown buzzer beater, and then beat the Nets up in Boston, and another victory in Boston, the game that Reggie Lewis had 33. Now our national anthem. You know, you talk about runs in basketball games themselves, and Jack Ramsey says the most important one is the last run of a game. And I think it goes true for the season, too. You want to finish off a season on a positive note. And both the Nets and the Celtics are struggling teams right now. You see the Celtics 1-5 in their last 6. The Nets are 0-6. Neither team has scored over 100 points in their last 5 games. And you see both teams have been outscored by nearly 10 points a game over those last 6 games, and neither team shooting that well, and the opposition shooting the basketball extremely well. So the Celtics to be introduced right now. D. Brown at one of the guard positions. Ala Abdelnaby from Bloomfield, New Jersey. Interesting aspect of Ala Abdelnaby's contract. It reads he must play average 16 minutes a game. Kevin Gamble will be up front also with him. If he averages 16 minutes a game in his contract that stems over from Portland, he is automatically renewed at about $800,000 a year. Well, he's a little over 17 minutes a game.
Get itchy, huh?
No.
If you're management, and there's Reggie. 6'7" out of North, and who would have thought he would become this good?
And Sherman Douglas, and who would have thought he'd still be with the Celtics after walking out on him early in the year to get his head together, so he said.
And
he got it together. He's playing some good basketball, too. Chris Ford. Celtic team has come to life despite the fact that they have had their problems, as we mentioned, over their last 6 games. Rumeal Robinson, and what a saver he has been for this basketball team. Since taking over for Kenny Anderson. Raphael Addison, who has played very well up front. Forced into a starting role. Coming up some big ball games for the Nets. Sam Bowie back in the starting lineup with Chris Dudley. Still on the sideline. You were talking to Chuck, maybe a long shot. But
they're hoping, I'm sure.
They're also hoping that he's back with his ball club next year.
That's more importantly.
That's the one that the Brain Trust is working on right now to get Chris Dudley signed for next season. Chris Morris at one of the forward position, and Derrick Coleman will be in the starting lineup tonight.
Look at that starting lineup. 1 Big Ten, 1 Southeastern Conference, 2 Southeastern Conference, excuse me.
Yeah.
Chris and Sam, and 2 Big East. All right. And DC.
Can tell where you've been spending your winters.
And there's a guy that was in the Big East before there was a Big East at BC. Yeah, exactly.
And then in the Ivies.
He didn't have those clothes in those days, and they're the guys in charge.
Jess Kersey, Ronnie Nunn out of Brooklyn Tech High School in Brooklyn, and Mike Callahan.
GW, if I'm not mistaken.
What's that?
GW.
GW, yeah, right. And Mike Callahan, who's had a very storied career. Here are the Meineke matchups tonight. Parrish against Bowie in the center. The big guy, Parrish, can still play this game of basketball, averaging 12.6 points a game, 9.5 rebounds a ball game. Nets need a big ball game from Sam again tonight. Sam, the last time these teams met up in Boston, picked up his 4th personal foul with 3 minutes 40 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and he wasn't seen again. That was it. Sam was gone for the rest of the night.
Parrish has a way of
making it disappear.
Getting down the floor and getting in position to cause problems for the center.
Sam tips it back over to Rumeal Robinson. We're underway. The Nets and the Boston Celtics. Big ball game for the Nets. Saturday night they go to Washington to take on the Bullets. Sam, good position. Parrish, better block. And Abdelnaby comes down with it.
Pretty darn good negating blow there, huh?
I tell you, I was surprised Sam was able to post up that deep against Parrish that easily.
Well, you keep getting that spot, you'll get to the foul line. Tough shot.
Lewis off the mark. Rumeal Robinson chases it down, and the Nets will push it up in the forecourt. He looks, a nice look pass to Raphael Addison, who puts it home.
Get down and get set. Nice look by Rumeal. Open floor, let the other guy do the damage.
And the Nets on the board first. Sherman Douglas guarded by Rumeal Robinson. Here's Gamble. Abdelnaby against Coleman.
Good call here. He had walked, I thought, initially when he caught it. Even though it's near Bloomfield, they may have called it in Essex County.
Robert Parrish calls him abracadabra.
Does that mean go away, or the minutes better not go away, or we'll be doing our job? Oh, a little pick and roll. He had the open jumper. Why not nail it?
Here's Lewis back.
Not a bad look there. No. 15.
Don't let him the basketball.
Give him that many open looks. The first one was challenged. That one wasn't.
We mentioned 33 the last time these teams met against the Nets. Nets held them to 12 and 15 the first 2 ball games. Here's Addison.
Spencer with the nice tan. You're going to be running in the Boston Marathon. You spend a lot of time in New England if things go. Nice penetration. Good D.
Here's Sherman Douglas. Gamble.
Good job harassing.
Yeah. Douglas did a little hippity hop when he caught the ball. Here's Parrish with a jump hook. Perfect.
Now, you don't see him go to that often.
No.
But he does have some variety in his offensive game. You always think the turnaround jumper.
And you know, for the 7-foot guy, he lofts the ball higher than anybody.
Look at this.
The post. There's a steal by the big guy that gives it right back to Rumeal, who takes it himself, and we'll get a foul. And it'll go against Abdelnaby. And we'll send Rumeal to the line to shoot two.
Great anticipation by Parrish in the open floor and not being accustomed to stealing that far out. Gives it right to the point. Figures he'll run down and get the easy deuce. But you got to get it to somebody in green tonight, Robert. As they challenge Allah. Not enough magic there.
So here is Rumeal. Got his free throw shooting up to nearly 60% now. He started one of the games, two of the games this year against this club.
Spencer, getting back to the Boston Marathon.
Yes.
You expect to finish in the top 10?
Top 10 hours. No. He said I'm going to be in New England for a long time. I hope I'm not there that long running.
Good D here again, huh?
That's going to be fun though on Monday.
You may start on Monday and finish on Thursday, huh?
Is that the guy betting the horse at 20 to 1 and came in at 4 to 4, right?
Well, right here they got the illegal D. I think Parrish or Allah Abdelnaby down helping out. I was looking at the D of the Nets, and you can see the improvement transition-wise. How Chuck has them back. They don't give up the open floor opportunities. I mean, they make the other team work.
Coleman, nice move by DC, and he puts it home.
And a look askew, says he. Trots back.
And we're tied at 4 and 4. Chuck just pointing things out. You keep repetition. And there's that loft we talked about. And the rebound pulled down by Coleman. That's with a chance to grab the lead. Here's DC. Looks the move. And one.
Wow.
Beauty.
And Chuck applauding Derrick Coleman for a terrific look, rounding in to one of the terrific basketball players in the NBA. Sees things, put a little steam on it, and once again, Morris with the ability to keep the puppies moving.
That's a classic play. 6'10", goes length of the floor, look away pass.
And then a guy in a $2,000 suit stands up and applauds for you. You can say shoot.
Nets lead at 7-4. 8:45 left in this first quarter. Madison with a job on Lewis. Did a good job on Reggie last year in one game, a victory up in Boston.
That is a good defensive job by Morris again. This is what happens generally. You don't tie it down, they make one.
This is 3 against 3. Rumeal will challenge, play it home.
Well, that's your favorite play, isn't it, when he gets the shoulders square on the glass?
And he has a tremendous propensity driving to the left. He can put the ball up with his right hand.
He does that often as well.
He can switch it, but he stays with that right hand often, and with his power, he's able to get the shot off. Nice play by Sherman Douglas.
How did he come up with that?
Gamble for 3. Parrish will go to the line to shoot 2.
And they could give it to either Morris or Bowie. Take your pick. They give it to Sam. That weak side rebounding, the experience. And we always talk about Bailey Hale when you think of offensive rebounding.
Yeah.
And this is what Bailey would do. He's got the center shoved under, able to clear anything up long. But that all started with Sherman Douglas, his hustle, his ability to keep it alive for the Celtics.
Parrish, who tonight has passed Bill Russell and moved into 7th place all-time in minutes played, 40,727 minutes.
Stamina and taking care of yourself.
9-6, Nets by 3.
The loop, that's one of those zig when he zags.
Here's Douglas pushing it up. Abdelnaby,
pretty good catch too.
It's now a 9-8 ball game. Rumeal to the hoop, lays it home. Just power.
That's extreme power. Punishing Sherman Douglas.
Lewis comes right back. And the stop. Reggie's second field goal. Net lead by 1.
Too quick, and that's that ability we mentioned with the bounce. Nice little clear by Sam to let DC work.
Oh, and he blows right by him. Can't put it home and get a foul. Now we'll get our first timeout. Coleman will go to the line to shoot 2, and we return to the Meadowlands with 6:53 left in this first quarter. That's off to a pretty good start. And congratulations to our 1992-93 Sports Channel Nets most valuable player. There he is, Drazen Petrovic. He received the lion's share of the votes during the 900 number telephone balloting by Sports Channel subscribers. Drazen will receive his award prior to the Nets' final home game. That's next Friday, April 23rd, against the Orlando Magic. Congratulations to Drazen Petrovic, Sports Channel Nets most valuable player.
Big time year for Draz. I mean, gave this team a lift, struggling of late, unfortunately. Hoping he'll get back and organize in his offensive ability for that stretch run. And Spence, remember, when you're having good times with good friends, drink responsibly, because friends know when to say when. A reminder from your friends at Budweiser.
You know, you look at this guy, and down the road, you can possibly predict the fact that someday not only a net MVP, but number 44 could be the MVP in this league.
Well, he's got the tools. Nets get better, things will happen for him too.
Gamble to Ala Abdelnaby, who puts it home.
That's the fear with this team, at least from the Nets' concern, that they can turn on their guy, draw some people, and then find or dish to others.
Addison finds Coleman. Abdelnaby went for the ball. Great block by Robert Parrish. His
Great
second
play.
big one.
Nice challenge by Derrick, though.
Parrish has it knocked out of bounds. It'll still belong to the Celtics. It's nice when you have a man to help you out after you get blown by.
This is extraordinary. He did it earlier on Sam, and that's a great challenge both by Derrick and the defense responding. But how about Sam getting back the other end to make sure they don't get an easy one?
On the inbound, Jess Kersey making the call.
I guess they got Raff trailing. They said the ball was passed in. So it makes it a 1 shot versus 2 if it were a dead ball situation.
Second team foul on the Nets on Raphael Addison. That's his first personal.
Let's go, Ned. Good hand.
Lewis. That's a tough shot, boy.
Well, he makes that, though.
Yeah.
But good D right on it. Nice looping pass here. I mean, it was stolen otherwise. Great selection by Derrick.
So Morris will inbound it. 6:10 left in this first quarter, with the Nets holding on to a 13-12 lead. And badly in need of a victory here tonight. Coleman against Abdelnaby again.
He feels he can take him, and so does Chuck. It's just a matter of where Parrish goes.
Wanted a foul call, didn't get it. Here's Douglas. Gamble. Abdelnaby. That'll count and 1. Rumeal with the reach. Picks up the foul, and he'll send Abdelnaby to the line to try and complete the 3-point play. All off to a good start with 6 points.
Chuck was concerned about getting back. Transition defense. Now, even if you're back, it's a matter of being off balance, not in position to defend, and they're able to take advantage.
Came over to the Celtics from Milwaukee for John Barry, who was the Celtics' #1 draft choice, Rick's kid.
And that particular play, when you say you're back, Sam was on Ala because of the push up the floor. They didn't get the right match. Pretty.
Coleman to Morris. And he saw Parrish standing alongside, and with authority, he said, "You're not going to get me this time, big guy."
He gave him a little peek. Send it in, Christopher Morris.
5 points for Mo. We're tied at 15. That's shooting very well here in the early going.
Nice job by Rumeal, snuffing that out. Down to 5, Spence.
Now 3. Gamble may not. He got it off, but that'll be a 24-second violation. It's not because it hit the clock. In case you're not familiar with basketball, it's not a violation if you hit the 24-second clock on the basketball.
That's right. Strike the clock. Is that a name?
Beat the clock.
Oh, all right, beat the clock. But good defense when that happens. I don't care who you're against. And Rumeal was the guy. Went to Parrish. He made him kick it back out deep. Caused the problem. Little pop out.
And Rumeal.
Nice job.
Knocked to the bounds. It'll still be net ball, but Coleman, great hustle off the offensive board. His third rebound. Kevin McHale makes his first appearance. Abdelnaby leads.
Do you think he looks up at the clock when he goes out?
Abdelnaby, yes.
His representation does.
With his 17 minutes that he needs to get the contract. Here's Sam. Coleman goes for it. McHale has it. McHale has been griping quite a bit about not getting minutes. Played 20 minutes in the last ball game. This will undoubtedly be his last year. Here's Gamble putting it on.
Well, that kind of penetration, everybody turns to sneak a peek, and the shooters can step in a little bit.
Nets beat the Celtics last year 3 of 5. They have struggled against them this year. Celtics now in a 7-2 run. Here's Rumeal, and a great block by Reggie Lewis. McHale, Sherman Douglas. Sherman. Gamble.
Great kick out, spot up as well. Sherman taking it to the goal to pinch the defense, and then the dish to the corner.
3 assists already for Sherman Douglas.
All right now, nice little look. Two-man basketball. Celtics getting down the floor quickly. Nets struggle a little. Nice little two-man play there.
Celtics lead it 19-17. Here's McHale.
He'll make those moves in the Minnesota Tavern League, right when he's 50. Step throughs, step unders, power moves, and complain to the official.
Here's Rumeal. And Rumeal Robinson puts it home. He has 6. And the Nets again within 2 with 3:20 left in this first quarter.
Nice distracting help by Coleman.
Sherman finally got it over to the big guy, Parrish, with that lofter, and the rebound pulled down by Addison. Gets it out over to Morris, to the middle, and Coleman.
Nice control.
Yep, reset.
Nice play by Mo, too. Nice little return.
Oh. Got the foul. He saw Parrish there. And Parrish picks up the foul. Morris will go to the line to shoot 2.
Attracting bodies, so key when they're 7 feet or taller. Getting it up with touch, almost a chance. Mo to the line.
Ross with you here at the Meadowlands. A sellout crowd on hand, and the Nets are trailing the Celtics by a deuce, 21-19, with Chris Morris at the line and an opportunity to tie this ball game up. Mo's played some good basketball against the Celtics this year with a couple of 21-point games, a 17-point game, and also a pretty good start tonight. There you see the all-time Minutemen. Kareem leads the way, followed by Elvin Hayes, Will Chamberlain, John Havlicek, Moses Malone, Oscar. So actually, Oscar and Havlicek, the only 2 little guys in that group, which means the bigger you are,
the longer you last.
That's right, something like that.
And Draws with the heavily bandaged knee. They talked about it last night. More protection than anything, supposedly.
He says he'll get rid of it by the time the playoffs come, but it just gives him that kind of support that he really needs. He's trying to guard Reggie Lewis. Tough chore, even on 2 healthy legs. Here's Gamble.
See, Douglas doesn't make mistakes under the 10. A lot of guys will try and go up and loft it. He just, your back is turned. He spots somebody who can convert.
What a great college player, huh?
Oh, my gracious. Stepped in after the pearl. They figured it was all over. And Jimmy Boeheim has had his share and turned them into better players. Nice shoulder.
That time he took it with the left hand.
Yep, he did. Power personified, and the Nets a little negligent. I think that Mo may get this foul, but not getting back in good position to defend. You got to make the guy catch and turn. He caught and ran.
So Reggie Lewis at the line to shoot 2. The Nets trail by 1. And Lewis with his 5th point of the ball game. Nets really were not in the last 2 ball games against the Celtics. One here at the Meadowlands. They got beat by 14 and were blown out in Boston. Chuck Daly calling a play. 25-22. Celtics by 3. 2 minutes left first quarter. Here's Petro. Coleman. And they'll go to the line to shoot 2. Draws the foul. McHale picks it up.
Did you see the finish by Mars? And it's incredible what he can do with a missed shot. But that time, Derrick forced away and gets into the pump and hanging situation. Once you know you have the foul, protect. Ooh, look at that. I mean, he's incredible the way he can go get it off the 10.
DC, as we mentioned, in case you joined us late, there was some fear that he might not be able to play tonight, or at least not start. Knee was acting up a bit. Took the pregame warm-ups and he's come out pretty strong. 7 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists.
You know what he's done this year? He's played with a lot of pain. And I think that's part of being good team-wise and being confident and just getting more involved emotionally too.
And I think everybody on this team has picked up the idea of what team means under Chuck Daly. In addition to people like Rick Mahorn and Mo Cheeks who've been there. They've won. They know what it's about.
And there's help, but giving up the baseline in our days a no-no, but now they channel guys to the big man. But Charles has given them an air, and that's the first step forward. There's the little hold as Sherman can't get the tank over quick enough.
And Rumeal will go to the line to shoot 2. 27-24, Celtics by 3. Chris Ford has turned this team around.
At the free throw line, Rumeal Robinson, shooting 2.
Rumeal a special place, I'm sure, when he plays Boston.
Sure, that's home.
Yeah. Mike Jarvis, his old high school coach, down at GW now. Patrick Ewing's coach.
That's a Cambridge Latin, huh?
You have Ringe in Latin, I think they call it.
1 of 2 from Rumeal for the line. He has 9 points in the ball game, but he's missed 3 of his 4 free throws. 2-point Boston lead. 1:15 left in the first quarter. Gamble's open on a nice curl play. Rebound, Sam Bowie. Looks up, gets it out to Rumeal. He'll push it to Coleman. Coleman tries to beat Lewis and puts it home. With a little hippity hop step through the lane and put it home and drew the foul. Pretty indeed.
Spencer, Fred Astaire at his best, might not be able to tiptoe or Tiny Tim through the tulips. But this pass right in traffic on the money. Now watch these little quick feet. Xavier Kukat at his best. Couldn't bang out a better tune.
Like you step into a better hot cold. Bowie, believe Mahorn is in.
Well, we're out of analogies, huh? We gave it all.
Well, you go to the
Fred
beach.
Astaire, we got Tiny Tim, Xavier Kukat.
And the other one, you go to the beach, right? It's so hot. You start walking down it, and the sand gets so hot. 11 points for Coleman here in the first quarter. So Coleman with 11, Rumeal with 9. They have 20 of the Nets' 28 points. And under a minute remaining in this first quarter, the Nets have regained the lead. Good double up. And see, that's the case where the foul does go against the men in the white shirts. But what Douglas did, he just raised his arms up into the defender and drew the foul. Addison will come back in.
And that's
Mars
aggressive play by Mo. You're right. And wonderful read as they double up and anticipate. And this is preparation. I think they've done a nice job on the sets of the Celtics because of the staff getting them organized, but that reach in so tempting. And as you mentioned as well, Douglas just reaching for it. Yep.
Joe Klein set to come into the lineup for the Celtics. Douglas still shoots free throws like he did up in Syracuse. He's at about 57%. Parrish will lead. Joe Klein comes in. Become a nice backup center, Joe Klein.
Solid.
Very intense.
Arkansas. Big stud. At Notre Dame for a while. Then I think he went there 1 year, maybe with Lambeer, probably a little after Lambeer.
He was on that 84 Olympic team. One in L.A. Pretty good players on that team. Michael Jordan.
I'll say, Mr. Mullen. Then they go right to D.C. on the hog. Suey, Arkansas. He faked so often, Joe was frozen in time.
DC with 13 points here in this first quarter. What a move right there by Sherman.
Oh.
His first field goal.
Chuck wants one.
There's a 3-second differential on the clock. Texas hold it for the good one.
Boston wanted the 2-for-1. If they do, it's only going to be for a few seconds. Great move by Douglas.
Down to 5 on the 24-second clock. Rumeal. Oh, a great move. A little hesitation move with 4 seconds to go. Reggie Lewis will get a good clear shot up as the buzzer sounds, ending the first quarter. A good one indeed for the Nets as Coleman and Robinson combined for 24 of the Nets' 32 points.
Great extra pass at the other end, but this is the Tank with the kiss. Pretty.
Here at the Meadowlands, let's check in with Matty Loughlin. Matt?
Spencer, there are so many stories that have developed this year about this New Jersey Nets team. One of them off the floor, but an integral part of the team's success. It's the crowd. Tonight is the 11th sellout this year for the Nets. Next week's game against Orlando is also a sellout, over 20,000 fans on hand. The team will end this season with its largest average attendance in franchise history, 15,127. While you have to have the players, you've got to have the coaching. You got to have some people behind you cheering, and the Nets this year have had that. Another sellout tonight.
And the Nets making the crowd pretty happy in that first quarter, shooting 63% from the floor, 32 points in that quarter, the most in 6 games for the Nets in a quarter.
And Matty had to get right out of that seat. It belonged to somebody.
That's right. It's sold, Matty. It's sold. Here's McHale.
He's right, though. Needs some support.
Lewis. Madison went for the ball. Joe Klein tried to tip it. Here comes Rumeal. He'll push it up. He'll take the lane. He'll take it himself and put it home.
What a ball fake, but you notice Dries on the wing could not get down, and that's part of getting physically able to play at this level. His style.
Lewis, Douglas, Klein, Gamble, and McHale for Boston. Here's Coleman with the rebound. He pushes it up. Drives to the hoop, puts it home.
He ran that time, though.
Yep. His first 2, and the Nets by 6.
What a nice little dish, too, by DC. Catchable.
Coleman has picked up his 4th assist. He has 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and we've just started the second quarter. Too easy.
Yeah, well, nice little finding of a hole by Douglas. They double up, everybody rotating. He split the middle.
5 points for Sherman Douglas. Here's Coleman. That's for 3. Rebound, Reggie Lewis, who has gone all the way thus far. The X-Man, Xavier McDaniel, set to come into the lineup for the Celtics. He has been a big positive for this team.
Oh, pretty offensive move.
Yeah, by
everything
Joe.
But.
Here's Draz. He'll take it.
Pretty.
Gift to Coleman. Robert going up. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Klein on one side, his buddy, the Tank, Sherman, on the other with the little shove. But Draz showing some signs here. The penetration, the dish, and an incomplete. Strong move to the goal.
Kevin Gamble leaves. He is replaced in the lineup now by Xavier McDaniel, and D. Brown set to come in. He'll come in for Sherman Douglas. And Coleman with his 14th point now. Here's Brown for Douglas. Sherman with 5 points, 4 assists.
Nets running the ball pretty well.
Yeah.
But it's the defense. It's caused Boston to miss some shots, come up empty on some trips, and they're off and running.
Nice thing, too, when you see Rumeal lead the break, then this big guy leads the break, then Draz will come down with the basketball, and everybody knows where they're supposed to be.
And that's why I think Morris can get better in the offseason, getting confident in the middle. He likes to give it up a lot and then run, which is fine if it's the right guy, but a lot of times he can finalize or make the play.
15 points for Coleman. The Nets again by half a dozen. Here's D. Brown, and an 8-0 run for the Nets.
They're trying to get it to Lewis with Draz. Everybody came running, didn't they?
X-Man with a miss. Here is Mahorn, looks up, as Drazen snuck out and lays it home.
Very alert play, both by Mahorn, who hustled and spotted him, and Draz, who leaked out. Nice little run and set up a pretty strong D.
We'll get a timeout here called by the Celtics. It's going to be a 20, I believe. Well, it'll be a full timeout, so we'll get back right after this. Canon Teamwork Moment brought to you by the team of Canon Technology and MCS Service. One is a great reason to buy the other. And watch the teamwork right here from the Nets. Derrick Coleman with the basketball. Addison, good. One-touch pass to Rumeal Robinson, who lays it home. Our MCS Canon Teamwork Moment. Been a lot of good ones thus far for the Nets, who are leading in the ball game by a score of 40-32, their biggest lead.
Making the extra look. Pretty play.
Here's D. Brown.
A lot of doubles for Lewis, and he gets an uncontested look. Derrick may have to switch out on that if Draz can't get there.
That's a layup.
His level.
Here's Rumeal. Hung up in the air. And McHale with the rebound. Gives to D. Brown. Nets lead it by half a dozen with 9:10 left in this first half.
A nice little snuffing out of the fire there by Derrick. Look at his spin.
Big guy counted in one. Just Kersey makes the call. Basket Parrish. Foul is on the horn. And Parrish to the line to try and complete the three-point play.
Rick at the disadvantage size-wise, but not the girth. But there's that little spin. Just a touch. You know, that's something kids have to learn. Don't curl it out. Just a touch is enough to secure the individual, as he did Rick Mahorn.
7 points for the Chief. And net lead is now down to 3. Celtics have scored 5 in a row. Goss tries to run that curl. Doesn't get anything. Coleman working on McHale. Knocked away. Picks it up again. Foul going up. McHale with a foul.
He's complaining. He's not a happy camper. Stick him with it. But once you dribble in the lane, you're going to get a lot of people down there. And that's what happens to Derrick here. The ricochet, romantic for the Nets as it gets back into his hands.
So DC already has been at the line 7 times. That's the Nets' 15th free throw thus far in the ball game. Celtics with 8. And Coleman with 16 points.
Now you get to that free throw line, it stems tides, whether it's when you're struggling or when you're trying to make a little run or control one.
And that's taking the ball to the hoop.
Tough matchup for Rick Mahorn at the other end. So he's going to have to use his bulk to keep Sir Robert out of the box area.
Parrish posts up. Lewis gives him the basketball. Rumeal comes over to help. And Parrish puts it home.
Amazing. Well, he can get a good look with those few inches.
42-39. Nets by 3.
And it's, I'm sorry, Spence. The Nets can't send a guy big at him either to double.
Knocked away. It'll still belong to the Nets. Get crowded on that bench. It's a
sellout.
That's the Larry Bird seat. I mean, that's where Larry spent his last couple of years during timeouts. Ala Abdelnaby laying down. Here's Addison.
Nice.
Ralph puts it home.
Great cross-court kick. So Dave Gavitt and Danny Gavitt. Danny, the assistant of Providence. Dave, the president, CEO of the Celtics. Look at any title he wants, right?
He's the boss. Reggie Lewis with a floater. And of course, one-time coach, athletic director at Providence, commissioner of the Big East. Here's Draz. And Daniel with a rebound. Looking up.
He walked.
He did take a step. Yeah.
Switch pivot feet.
The block by Mahorn, but they say he got him with a body.
Great reaction, though, by Rick to come and help his partner. But one in the backcourt slips, and they end up with nice post angle here. And Mahorn over, and if anything, the stomach may have got a piece, but they've got Lewis, who they can go to now, who scored it well. and Parrish. So, I mean, that's pretty nice to go down the floor and have a couple of options.
Sam Bowie and Mo Cheeks check into the net lineup. Cheeks making his first appearance, replaced Rumeal Robinson and Derrick Coleman. Coleman with 17 points, Rumeal with 13. So between them, they have 30 of the Nets' 44 points. Pretty good effort.
And Derrick with a chance to get a blow and a little nicer matchup in a way. You can go to Parrish with Bowie and Mahorn on McHale.
1 of 2 for the veteran, future Hall of Famer, Kevin McHale. I'm not premature at that, am I?
No, I don't think so.
He's going to be
He'll have
in
a
Springfield.
locker. He'll have a window there. Stained glass window, I think it is.
Mahorn gets the shot off and puts it home. Rick the Quick with his first field goal.
Pardon me?
Take it easy.
He did on that one.
46-42. The Nets by 4.
Well, he does have some offense. He just sacrifices it to get it done.
Here's the X-Man. McHale, weak side, rebound, puts it home.
Oh, my goodness. I think he used both hands to put McHale to go out. He's hurt.
He's hurt. Here's Raphael Addison. Rebound, D. Brown. Celtics can tie it. McHale can't move, though. D. Brown, nice move through the lane.
Sure was. Well, you know, Mo was looking to help out on the D. McHale really hurting.
Yeah, and they got the fast break basket, so they didn't call the timeout.
And Sam wants the ball.
Yeah, give it to him. To Mahorn. And a great block by Parrish. Knocked it bounce. It'll belong to the Celtics. It is Abdelnaby. They're coming replacing McHale, who's in agony. It's his back. Mr. Brown can get up high, can he?
Yeah, I'm checking out McHale as he went. Extraordinary. That great blow by, dribble. And he's going inside, or so it looks. And Mo was really concentrating and helping out in the lane, and that's how Brown was able to blow by.
Celtics have come back from 8 down. They've tied the ball game up. Rick Mahorn has it. That's going to regain the lead. We're tied at 46. Here's Drive. D. Brown with the steal. Oh, all along was Parrish. Missed it, but not the second time.
He can't believe he missed it, but that's what running the floor will do to you. And Mo should have taken that little jumper at the foul line before he fan dribbled and then ended up with a tough lane.
Here's Sam. Won't go. Abdelnaby with good position for the rebound. Nets led in this ball game by 8. The Celtics now on a 9-2 run. They lead it by a deuce with 5 minutes left in this first half. McDaniel, who touched it last. It'll still belong to the Celtics. Chucky Brown makes his first appearance for the Nets, replaces Rick Mahorn. And Sherman Douglas back into the lineup, replacing Reggie Lewis. Now the chess game continues with Chris Morris reappearing, who replaced Drazen Petrovic. Drazen just still a little rusty. His timing's not there. Going to take some time. Timeout on the floor, 48-46. The Boston's leader. For our Nestle Sweet Move, brought to you by Nestle Crunch, Baby Ruth and Butterfinger Bars. Nestle, the official candy bars of the NBA. And a sweet move indeed as Drazen Petrovic takes the feed from Derrick Coleman and moves to the hoop to put it home. Our Nestle Sweet Move. 6 left on the 24-second clock. Inbounds, it comes to D. Brown. Down to 3. And Brown chucks it. On the rebound, Abdelnaby had position. And they got the travel. Abdelnaby and McDaniel couldn't make up their mind and wanted the rebound.
Chris Ford not happy with the shot selection of D. Brown on that trip. And that's again with pretty good D. Anytime you force them late for a chuck and duck.
48-46, Boston by 2. Addison trying to post up on the smaller D. Brown. Nice move, and another block by Parrish. That's his third or fourth in this first half. Make it 4. Now we'll get a foul. That one's against Chucky Brown. 7 block shots by the Celtics, 4 by Parrish, 2 by Ala Abdelnaby.
Now you might say, well, that's bailout defense, but that's part of pressuring the ball and leading people into a lane.
And Parrish recognizing the fact that the smaller D. Brown needed help against Addison. That's what we call help.
And you need a lot of help when Parrish comes after you. Here we go again. Nice job by the Nets.
6 in the 24. D. Brown put it up. Rebound Parrish. We'll get a foul.
Got to come up with those.
Too many offensive rebounds.
Personal foul number 52, Chucky Brown, his second, team's 4th.
4th team foul against the Nets, and a 2-shot foul as Parrish will go to the line.
At the free throw line, Parrish shooting 2.
The Chief, it's like the Mississippi, huh? He goes on and on.
Keeps rolling along. Chucky Brown and Mo Cheeks leave. Robinson and Coleman back in. Chuck Daly gave Coleman about a 3-minute blow. Same with Robinson. Wants him back in for the final 4 minutes of the half. Sam Bowie with the rebound. 12 points for the big guy Robert Parrish. And the Celtics with a 49-46 lead with 3:50 left in the half.
And Derrick, I think he can do some damage on Ala if they so desire.
Coleman. Addison with 3 on the 24, puts it home.
Nice call by Derrick, too. He knew he had a few inches, Raph.
Yeah.
Got him for that stroke. Now, Raph's going to be played tight. He's going to have to go by Brown on the perimeter.
Raph's 3rd field goal. Abdelnaby had good position in deep, and he puts it home. Ala's look good. 9 points from tonight.
Nice quick cut. Defense negligent. Trying to ride Derrick right now. Nice cushion by Douglas.
Addison looking for Bowie. Sam challenges the big guy, and a pretty reverse move by Sam Bowie.
They need some points out of that spot, don't you think? Got to keep Parrish honest.
That's Sam's first 2 points of the night. It's a 1-point Boston lead. 2:45 left in the half.
Celtics still get people's ire, don't they? In this area. Here he goes again, huh?
D. Brown to Ala Abdelnaby, who has 11 now. The Celtics are to basketball what the Yankees were to baseball, what the Cowboys were to football, and are becoming again. Here's Coleman. Puts it home over Parrish. Parrish got his hand up.
I don't know how he got that without knocking it away. Tough match, X-Man and Mo.
Here's McDaniel. Good first step to the hoop. Another offensive rebound, and McDaniel gets a second chance.
They've had opportunities, and I've kept them ahead here. Not bad D, and you don't polish it off by grabbing a rebound.
You need to keep the opposition from getting the second opportunity, and the Nets are not doing it well enough. 1:49 left in the half. 3-point Boston lead.
I'm sorry, Spence. Part of that is Celtics posting up pretty well, getting the Nets further under defensively.
Ooh, Coleman didn't get a foul call. Parrish with a save, but Robinson comes up with it and lays it home. And there was only 1 second left in the 24-second clock when he put it home because that ball never hit the rim and nobody got possession of it.
And Sam did a nice job, too, just warding off enough to give that lane to the goal.
15 points for Rumeal Robinson. Nets are within 1. Coleman with the intercept as they try to find Abdelnaby in deep. Here's Rumeal. And he puts it home. D. Brown sneaks out. Can't put it home. Parrish. Oh, did you see him just
body?
Give the old,
the
old tush move.
The rear tuck. Oh. But he runs the floor when he thinks he can get, well, he runs the floor all the time, but when he thinks he can get a deuce, there's a little more energy in the step.
Coleman. Nice feet to Mo.
And Mo looking back at Parrish saying, again, you won't touch this, 0-0. But he can cut, can he?
Yeah. And Mr. Coleman could find
on the money.
DC with 7 assists here in this first half. McDaniel called for the travel. Nets get it back. They got a chance for a 2-for-1.
That's you know what I love about Chuck.
Chuck doesn't want him to push it.
Well, no, he was calling a play, and Derrick, I think, being tired, didn't want the play. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, don't. He's locking low now, and they were a little pop out so he could rest. Interesting. Great rapport. Not that he's overpowering Chuck's decision. It's just the rapport that, okay, I understand. Let's get something else.
Do something else, right. It's about a 2-second differential between the game and the time clock. Douglas puts it right into Coleman's hand. Nice feed to Morris. Morris gives to Addison. That will not count. And will go to the line to shoot 2 as D. Brown picks up the foul.
This is a little bit like earlier in the year, the way they're playing in spurts tonight. The feel for one another, being unselfish.
Hey, these are 2 teams that have not scored over 100 points.
Terrific.
In the last 5 games.
A giveaway actually here. Open floor excitement.
Well, the word on Kevin McHale, a lower back strain. He's being examined and his status to be determined at halftime. 20-second timeout called here. 3.9 seconds remaining in the half. The Nets lead at 58-57. Far cry from the net team that was buried last night in Indiana.
Well, again, the influence. Put that one away and forget about it. And the Nets have that to look forward to on Saturday.
Wesley Unselt's team handled the Nets last time in Washington. That's going to have to come up big Saturday night. Hope you'll join us on Sports Channel Saturday night at 7:30. The Sharp Nets tip-off show at 7:15. The Nets against the Bullets of Wesley Unseld. Bullets played the Knicks tough this week in the Garden. Very tough.
Ewing on a tear that's incredible.
Reggie Lewis has the quarterback in the ball game from Boston, Sherman Douglas.
He's going to get some votes for MVP, I'll tell you. Boy, a lot of people conceded it to Barkley.
Look at those numbers.
Have struggled.
The last and early on the money.
Coleman, little off mark. You could tell as soon as he released it. And McDaniel throws it the length of the floor. Got the good shot, but did not go. And the horn sound ending the first half here at the Meadowlands. Chuck isn't happy. Thought there might have been a foul call made on that final play. Didn't get it. But the Nets leave the floor playing very well, shooting 58% from the floor. They lead the Celtics by 1. Back here at the Meadowlands with the Nets leading the Boston Celtics by a score of 58-57 at the end of the first half. Great half for Derrick Coleman, 19 points, 17 for Rumeal Robinson. This is crunch time. You talk about crunch time in game. This is crunch time for the season. The Nets have to step it up, and a really good 24 minutes of basketball.
I think you have to start feeling good about yourselves. And even though they played well, Detroit and Cleveland come to mind in the recent difficult days of losing some games, you still have to win and learn from a positive venue. And this now looks more like the net team that had developed early in the year. The fast break, the unselfish play, the extra pass, and the half-court set. But it all started with the D, and I think that's something we'll have to address, how to take away some of these isolations and who to double from on the Celtics.
Well, Raphael Addison with a pretty good half offensively as he hits 3 baskets, but down the defensive end, I think he did a pretty good job. He held, if you can say held, Reggie Lewis to 4 field goals in that first half.
You would bring that up, right?
Yeah,
Now it's usually they'll step it up a little bit. They may go to him a little bit more, and that's where you have to decide how you're going to pinch, who you're going to pinch with, and if you do double on a pick and roll, how you're going to address that situation.
Big ball game as the Nets trail the Celtics by a game and a half in that battle for 4th place, but lead it here at halftime. Meadowlands with the Nets leading the Boston Celtics at the half by a score of 58-57. We'll take a short break, and Matty Loughlin standing by with his NBA notebook.
It's time to turn the pages and check out the NBA notebook. Hi again, everyone. I'm Matt Loughlin. Tomorrow night, the Cleveland Cavaliers entertain the Orlando Magic. Should Cleveland win, it would be the 864th career victory for Lenny Wilkens, and that would tie him with Jack Ramsey for 2nd place on the all-time victory list. The number 1 position held by Red Auerbach with 938 victories. Wilkens about a year and a half behind, surpassing Auerbach. When Cleveland was in town on Saturday, Wilkins would not talk about surpassing Auerbach, but what he would say is this: he has great respect for what Auerbach accomplished. Particularly, he said, when I came into the league, all the teams seemed to have 2 or 3 exceptional players, with the exception of the Boston Celtics. They had great balance with 6 or 7 outstanding players. That's what I like to see our teams do. This year's Cleveland Cavaliers have that depth, and it's led by Brad Daugherty, one of the 3 All-Stars for the Cavaliers this season. He's averaging 20 points and 10 rebounds per game. I asked Daugherty which center gives him the most trouble. Surprisingly, he said not Akeem Olajuwon, not Patrick Ewing or David Robinson, although he has respect for all 3. He said the center that gives him the most trouble is Sam Perkins. He says Perkins can do it all. He's so versatile. He can score inside, outside. He can rebound, run the floor, block shots. He is the center that gives me the most trouble. Those North Carolina guys, they stick together all the time. Finally, we'd like to tell you a little bit about the pumped-up Detroit Pistons. They are in a move for a playoff berth. They are currently tied with Indiana for the 8th and final position in the playoffs. And since March 26th, it has been Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars who have carried the Detroit Pistons. Recently, the club has won 7 of 8 games to move into the 8th position. And since March 26th, both Thomas and Dumars have scored 30 or more points in 4 games each. And they have been carrying their club. They have been the workhorses for the Detroit Pistons. The Dallas Mavericks, 8-68 this season, and they need to win 2 of their final 6 games to avoid the ignominy of being the worst team in NBA history. They have a pretty good chance of doing that because Sacramento and Minnesota are among the final 6 games that they will play. However, Denver, the Clippers, and Houston, no easy victories there. So if they don't come up with a win against Sacramento or Minnesota, the Dallas Mavericks will go down as the worst team in NBA history. And that'll do it for the NBA Notebook. I'm Matt Lachlan. We'll get back with more right after this.
Spencer Ross and Bill Raftery back here at the Meadowlands with the Nets leading the Celtics at the half by a score of 58-57. Nets shooting about 57% from the floor, but nevertheless holding on to only a 1-point lead. Let's check out the out-of-town. Nobody beats the Wiz scoreboard right now. Philadelphia leads Orlando in the second quarter by 8. Miami out in front of Washington by a deuce playing the second quarter. Elsewhere in the NBA tonight, Portland leads Utah 25-24 in the first. Cleveland, Milwaukee, that game just getting underway. Now when you shoot 58% from the floor, the other team shoots 52, you're doing well, but you only have a 1-point lead. And when the other team gets 7 more offensive rebounds than you, then you figure out maybe why you don't have as big a lead as you'd like to have.
Rebounding usually a hallmark of this club, so let's have to shore up that end of it, and we have some close shave highlights. And we're going to get that down before the year is out.
Hopefully.
And this one, 00, Sir Robert, who has owned this parish down low for a lot of years. A little drop step and curl. And the Sherman. They used to call him the Tank in his days. A nice double up and help by Sam, but he's able to find Allah.
7 assists in the first half.
And he was very tough. A lot of penetration. And Rumeal, who has been the real deal since stepping in for Kenny Anderson here, running one down, and Sam just holding off just enough for that entry to the goal. I thought Derrick Coleman had a solid game, and when he was doubled, he found his partner at small forward, Chris Morris, who had those puppies up and down, creating a passing lane. And as you mentioned, Derrick can get it to you.
Oh, he certainly can, and did so in that first half. The AT&T halftime statistics, as we mentioned, that's 58%, 52 for the Boston. Nets with an edge at the free throw line, but the rebounds hurt the Nets. Most importantly, those offensive rebounds, the turnovers, a very cleanly played game in that aspect as far as the Nets are concerned, with only 4 turnovers in the first 24 minutes of play. The leading scorers in the ball game, Coleman, the big gun, with 19. Robinson 17, so 36 of the 58 points coming from that duo. Morris and Addison 8 and 6 respectively. Parrish with 14 for the Boston Celtics. Abdelnaby with 11, and Reggie Lewis with 10 points in that first half. He was 4 for 9 for the floor. Off the boards, Parrish, the leading rebound. Coleman topping the net with 5. And the Nets leading in the ball game by a score of 58-57 as we get ready for the start of the second half. And congratulations again to Drazen Petrovic for being named the Sports Channel 1992-93 MVP, named by you fans in the telephone poll we conducted over the last couple of weeks. And he will be presented with his trophy by one Bill Raftery a week from tomorrow night. Guess you're going to be the presenter.
You relinquished the mantle, or I guess you've got to hold up this end of the business. They wouldn't trust me.
Somebody's
coordinating. But terrific job by Draz all year, and that's been a great help in the interior defense of the Celtics. 7-2 with the block shots.
And 4 of them by the big guy, Robert Parrish, the Chief. Here's Lewis on the curl. Floats it, won't go. Rumeal sneaks out, and he's fouled by Sherman Douglas. Good foul again. Let's check the lineups as we start the second half. Abdelnaby, Gamble, Lewis, Douglas, and Robert Parrish for the Celtics. The Nets have Bowie in the middle, Coleman, Morris up front, with Addison and Robinson in the backcourt. Foul on Douglas was his second. Sam looking inside. He'll take it himself and puts it home. As you said, the Nets need something from him.
Yeah, they do
tonight offensively.
And he made a nice move low. This time it really gave some room low, and you can slip Derrick in there, who had been outside on that play. That'll help DC.
60-57. The Nets by 3. Parrish with that floater. Another rebound for Coleman. Well, DC's pulled 2 down here in the early going. He has 7 for the night. Here's Sam looking for 2 in a row. And Addison on the rebound puts it home. Ronnie Nunn says no hook.
See, we can't hear the whistle that far away, but that's what you want to beg for. Chuck up, and after a weak side position, the extra bounce throws Ala off, and that's where they're calling it. But you beg for that one, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you. That's arguable, but it should have been good and one instead of non-shooting foul on Abdelnaby. Here's Rumeal open. Rebound, Reggie Lewis. He'll look up with 10:45 left in the third quarter. The Nets lead by 3, 60-57.
And Raff doing a great job on Lewis that trip there.
Parrish.
You're going to close it down. You got to get his legs from him. He was able to step through the double by Rumeal.
16 points for the Chief. Bowie followed up by Morris, won't go, and the Celtics have the basketball. Kevin McHale did come out and shot layups at halftime, but he will not return. That back still bothering him. There's Sherman Douglas.
He's been able to break the D down and find nice play by Rumeal here as he fronts Gamble.
Here's Morris to Rumeal. Power to the hoop.
Good give back by Mo. They've been able to score the easy variety of late.
19 points for Rumeal Robinson, and the Nets by 3, 62-59.
Everybody stayed at home because they contained the dribbler.
Oh, nice Abdelnaby to Sherman Douglas for the easy hoop. Really not an easy hoop. I mean, that was just a pretty pass.
Experience made it easy. And just get it up there. He seldom gets them blocked down there. He doesn't take them. Sherman.
Addison. In and outer on the rebound, the Chief. Robert Parrish, his 7th of the ball game. Celtics can regain the lead with 9:13 left in this third quarter.
And able to turn the dribble out.
Gamble. Coleman has the rebound, warding off Abdelnaby. Here's Rumeal. To Mo!
Oh, got the numbers and a great look. It starts with the D, the kick out by DC.
10 points for Morris, 6 assists now for Rumeal Robinson. Lewis blows by Raphael Addison. Got some help, though, nicely from Bowie. Nice pitch out. Coleman to Robinson. Has Sherman Douglas to beat. He knows he can. That's a goaltend. Count it.
What a shake. And that wasn't just a cake. That was a dozen. Look at this. Like the hockey move. The left kiss. Attractive. for the Nets. Open floor, ecstasy early on in the third period.
And the Nets, attentive to the private, non-commercial use of our audience, any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or the use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the NBA, the Nets, and Sports Channel is prohibited. Let's check it quickly with Matty Loughlin. Matt?
Spencer, as you mentioned, Kevin McHale will not return to the Celtics lineup tonight. He's got a 3x3 area on the lower left-hand portion of his back that he aggravated earlier in this ball game. The Nets chiropractor worked on it, tried to pop it back in place, was unsuccessful in doing so, so McHale is done for the night, although he is sitting on the bench cheering his teammates on.
5-point net lead. Sherman Douglas called for the travel, and the ball will go over to the Nets.
And Chuck applauding the D as you look at McHale. And if anybody out there's had back problems, you can relate. It's agony, and it stiffens up, and it takes a while. Those muscles inflamed on occasion. Turnovers, Celtics helping the Nets, particularly that little play by Sherman. Great defense the last few sets. Addison all over Lewis.
Here's Robinson, finds Morris posting up against Gamble, had it knocked out of his hand, and the Nets get it back. Another Boston turnover. Here is Coleman putting it home.
And he really has a nice look. He saw Chris Morris looking for the alley-oop, and he was tempted, but dribbled in and shot the jumper. A wise move.
21 points now for Coleman.
Nice recovery.
Harris trying to post up on Bowie with 8 on the 24. Douglas around Coleman. Bowie helps out.
He's amazing.
That is amazing.
I mean, it's ugly. I mean, the way he throws it up there, it's like a broken egg. It ends up staying together somehow.
Of all the great college players you've seen, and they've been greater players than Sherman Douglas, his ability to take control of the game in the late stages while in college, about as good as anybody?
I would say. Taking over his club. Look at this, going out for 3, but coming up empty. Yeah, he could run a show late.
And here is Reggie Lewis. Lewis is his first 2 of the second half.
And while there's a slight break in the action, it ought to be a great time to break for the great taste of Bud Light. It's a big hit with fans everywhere because it won't fill you up and never let you down. So make it a Bud Light, Spencer.
Shall do. Rumeal. Who wants it? Abdelnaby got it. And Rumeal will pick up the give it to Coleman. DC's first. That would have been the second on Rumeal Robinson. And the second team foul, first team foul on the Nets. 6:26 left in this third quarter. Good ball game. Nets lead it by 3, 68-65. Chuck Daly's club came out strong. Hit 58% from the floor in the first half.
Chris Ford's, he's got the ability with this team to run his half-court set. Chuck mentioned it in the pregame. But also to stutter step, beat you with the dribble, as you saw Lewis the last trip with Addison. Here's the switch. Lewis with Rumeal.
And Lewis with a turnaround.
That was a tough shot. I mean, he was draped with number 20 and able to kiss it with taste.
When you see anybody on a Celtic uniform use the kiss, who do you think of?
Sam.
That's right. The best.
He was.
Sam John. Knocked out of Rumeal's hands. It'll still be net ball. Celtics have run the last 6 points.
And here's the play. It's not Sam Jones, but how about that ability? Turn, deliver by Reggie.
Addison.
Tough shot.
Fade away. Coleman.
Oh.
Tough rebound. Whoa.
Now that was a major league snatch.
Here's Morris. Shooting it over Parrish. Morris again, try to find a man underneath and throw it out of bounds.
Well, you know, he never had control. That's what happened. He had a great idea. And again, that run on the floor.
It's a goaltend on Sam. Abdelnaby gets credit for the basket. Mo says he wants to have surgery perhaps done on both hands.
Because of those jams. But this is a case of the transition, the concern by Chuck in fruition there.
8 in a row for the Celtics. They've regained the lead, 69-68. Nice speed.
Interior.
To Bo.
Well, that's the confidence of knowing you're going to be on the floor, too. You can back with a nice little look.
70-69. The Nets lead it by 1. Parrish rolling off after setting the high pick. Lewis been flying in to pull up the rebound. And a block by Coleman, knocked it out of bounds. It'll still be Boston ball.
Oh, that one looked rather simple to call.
Looked like it went off.
Yeah, this is a good look by Morris. And back live, some discord on the sideline as Chuck paces to that end of the floor.
Here's Gamble. Abdelnaby.
Strength, I can show how he's bulked up. Able to ward off even Mr. Coleman.
15 points for Ala Abdelnaby at a 1-point lead for the Boston Celtics. 4.5 left in this third quarter.
Trying to get some looks inside. A little short on that one. Look at the hustle by Mo.
Yep, and he's going for 3. Coleman has the rebound. Coleman to the hoop.
The neck ball. How about Mo with the hustle and one of the great rebounds? You know, you see guys like Rodman and occasionally a Coleman come up with ones they don't belong. That was one of those. Oh, this is just terrific pursuit. Watch this, Spencer. Now, in traffic, able to gather that one.
With some big people underneath there, too, in green shirts.
And Parrish getting a finger to lodge it in there. Go get that one. Did you need a little stick to get it out of that net, the new net?
Yes, I did, Bill.
Or did you have one guy in the neighborhood that could get it for
you? There was a guy in the neighborhood who could do it. I was not the guy.
Some guys had to use their head.
22 for Coleman now. Let's see DC's numbers. 22 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists.
Did I hear Rob Moore mentioned as one of the halftime?
Rob Judge.
He's in pal of Derrick's out of Syracuse.
Yeah,
not a bad end for the
Jets.
The New Jersey Jets.
The Jets.
They play here.
They play here. Should be a fun season this year. Parrish was bothered by Coleman, who came over to help out. That's with a 1-point lead. 3:50 left in this third quarter. Here is Coleman. What a rebound by Mo!
Oh, made by Mo. And the Nets could use Mo.
Say no Mo.
Oh,
74-71.
Up big. Testing the lights on that one.
Douglas just blew by.
Now, Rumeal looks like the guy with egg, and you're trying to contain if you're him, but you just need a little stop somewhere on the wing, huh? Down the lane there.
But no help. 74-73. 1-point net lead. Rumeal. Coleman rolls off. Rumeal steps.
As he tried to extricate himself from Ala, did the cha-cha-cha coming into your living room above and beyond. Even the call of Reggie Lewis.
Above and beyond, indeed.
Levitating and elevating.
They did not need a stick in Mo's neighborhood to get the ball down. For the time he was 7. And once again, Sherman Douglas just got right by Rumeal. He hadn't done that at all in the first half. He's done it twice in a row now.
And he's picked strategic spots. That time they cleared that wing, and Rumeal again looking for support. And he can't get into a match now.
Nice pass to Bowie. That'll count if it goes. No, they caught the offensive foul on Sam.
Ala thinks he's at Duke, and he got away with it. Step in and some theatrics. I don't know if he whacked the guy that hard, but that helps the ref into an easier call.
Penguins or goes up against the Washington Capitals. Ooh. Right down to the wire. Big difference in the offensive rebounds, and Nets have controlled it here in the third quarter. Here's Ala Abdelnaby on the follow. Parrish, rebound Addison. Nets stay with the same 5 that started this quarter. Coleman posting up against Ala Abdelnaby. Douglas helps out. Extra pass to Addison. Flank that one.
Tough. The guy comes from the side. Just throws you off a little bit. Celtics run a nice quick hitter on a pick and roll.
Lewis. Oh, loaded it home.
Reginald.
16 for Reggie. And the Celts lead it by 3.
Up there with Jim Calhoun was when he made his mark. Now the UConn coach. And Derrick should be able to make some quick moves here.
Shot won't go, and that's going a little cold right now. Xavier McDaniel in the lineup comes up with this basketball. Here's the X-Man. And we'll get a foul. Who's it going to be on? Jess Kersey says it's going to be on Derrick Coleman.
A scrape, according to Jess. But this, again, after the shot, the Nets have had their problems getting back and making a stand deep enough on the floor. And the whistle late, but position the difficulty early.
And on Coleman, his second personal. And on the Nets, their second team foul. And here's McDaniel, who has been quiet tonight. Only 2 points. Parrish already with a double-double with 10 rebounds, 16 points.
Now they do have some options. He has not been the X factor. Parrish has been more of it. And I'd say Sherman, Douglas.
Yeah, they've really been the keys. Parrish will get a rest right now from Chris Ford, and Joe Klein will come in to take his place. 1:26 left in this third quarter. 78-74, Boston by 4.
In these next couple of minutes, or minute and a half, I should say, watch Sherman on a breakaway give a foul. I mean, he really knows the game. If it happens, or they don't foul early.
There's the steal. McDaniel, he kicked it out of bounds.
A break, right? You got to pay attention on the offensive end. Don't let them pick your pocket. Get into your set.
79-74, Boston by 5. The biggest lead of the second half. Nets led it by 7 here in this quarter. Here's Coleman. Howard won't go. Abdelnaby knocked away by Morris.
Oh, what hustle he's displayed. Now we'd be out for the year on that little sprint.
Either we'd be out or somebody in that first row would be knocked out.
You wouldn't get over the top, let's say, but he has come up with a couple of plays like this, and no stranger to that second row. Mo.
Lewis, glass again.
Wow.
Reggie's hot. He's got 18 now. He's opened it up here in this third quarter as he has hit 4 of 7 from the floor. And the Celtics with their biggest lead.
Inflicting pain with that kiss shot. And here's the grab on Ala, I believe, as he held up Derrick, but that's only the first in the, look at the contact. Amazing how he's a little bit like Bernard. Halfway around, starts to release. The kid.
Celtics with a real good run. Nets led in this ball game 68-61. Since then, Boston has put 20 on the board to 6 for the Nets. Here's Rumeal. That's for 2. Got it.
They need a stop. Little run by the Celtics. Key period. Keep it to 5. He's been able to take his guy this quarter. Sherman.
Addison on the switch now. Down to 4 seconds. Lewis. Oh, what a baseline shot. Here's Rumeal from 3-quarter court. Whoa. Mighty close. As the horn sounds, ending the third quarter. It ends on an up note for the Boston Celtics, who come from 7 behind to take a 7-point lead. This shot from behind the basket. Too bad. Dudley on the sidelines. Nets could certainly use him. We start the fourth quarter. Let's check in with Matty Loughlin. Matt?
Spencer, and the question is, will they be able to use Chris in the playoffs? When he went on the injured list with that injured foot, he was placed on the list on April 8th. It was 3 weeks. That's Rick Mahorn telling me what he thinks about this report. At any rate, it was described as a 3 to 6 week recovery period. That 3-week period would put him back in the lineup as of April 29th. That's when the playoffs are scheduled to begin. The date to keep in mind, though, as the reports are that maybe Dudley will get back early from the injury, is April 26th. That's when the playoff rosters have to be set. If he's not on the list by then, he can't play in the playoffs, so it'll be decision time for Willis Reed. Willis just told me that he'll wait to the last minute and get the doctor's reports before he makes a decision on Chris Dudley and the playoffs.
Okay, and Drazen Petrovic comes in the lineup to start this fourth quarter, along with Rick Mahorn. And here's Coleman. Back to Draz. 4-3. Way off the mark, and the rebound, a la Abdul Nabi. Trying to get him involved, though.
That would have gotten them right back.
Oh,
Nice job by the Nets. Ball movement, then a reset. And they located Draz for an open one.
7-point Boston lead. Nets have to come out sharply here in this fourth quarter. Here's McDaniel. Morris, good defensive play.
How did he do that, huh? A little magic defensively without grabbing hold of a guy. Utterly faked out here with the pump and able to bail out.
All ball.
Almost come up all ball.
McDaniel inbounds to Reggie Lewis.
Tough with the bounce.
Oh, that's incredible. 2-point basket.
That's about the only good thing for the Nets. It couldn't be any closer or make it any tougher. He faded the three, but unerring. And who was the individual on this broadcast that said Reggie Lewis was under control?
For a while.
Oh, all of a sudden he's got them to 10.
23 points for Lewis. 13 of them here in the second half, and we've just started the fourth quarter. And the Celtics with their biggest lead, 86-76. And another turnover. Here's Lewis. Break for the Nets. Lewis fell down. Drazen was trying to foul him in the backcourt. Coleman with power. He is fouled gone up by Joe Klein.
And what happened is the Celtics wanted to give a foul on the open floor. Draz was actually giving the foul here. He was trying to prevent the breakaway. And Reggie later ended up falling down. Normally you might see the turnover causing the call. But right here, Joe Klein just couldn't get there but enough to cause the miss.
Coleman at the line had a great first half with 19 points. 23 now for DC. Celtics on a 25-8 run.
Turned it up a notch on the one end. They've been able to diffuse that pass to the post, the double up, and the Nets not making shots or not causing other problems for the Celtics.
86-77. Lead is 9 for Boston.
You know, fortunately, they're not asking us to play the opponent's announced team.
No, Kuzi and Heinzen.
Who would you want? Neither, right?
Neither. I don't care. I don't care if Bob's got a couple of years on me.
Great combo. Two Hall of Famers.
Bob Cousy and Tom Heinzen who do the games for Sports Channel New England. And once again, the X-Man. He has 6 points, and it's back up to 10. Nets need some stops. Nice look underneath. Coleman to Mahorn, who puts it home.
Nice cut, too.
Rick was upset. He was fouled in the play.
Yeah, he was. He was scraped. But they've got to move if they throw it to the box. And Bernard King, the reaction, Chuck feeling they need some mo. And he's got some. And giving the Celtics some mo. 25
points for Reggie Lewis. Rumeal. Great rebound, Morris, and he is fouled, gone up.
He is getting up as high as I've seen him in quite a while. And he's scraping it.
And Mo will go to the line to shoot two.
At the free throw line, Chris Morris, shooting two.
Got to make a dent here. I'd say with 5, get it to 5.
12 points for Morris. We played nearly 2 minutes of this fourth quarter, and Boston with a 10-point lead. It's just been a methodical run. They've done everything right, and the Nets just stopped shooting. They were only 8 of 25 from the floor in that third quarter.
They're getting better looks, though, the Celtics. And that'll help your shooting percentage. Draws with Reggie.
Now the switch. Reggie's open. Can't do that. He does miss every once in a while. Abdelnaby with an offensive rebound.
Oh, not a good look by Klein. A foul by Lewis.
Bernard King comes into the lineup. He'll replace Chris Morris. Real good effort for Chris. (90-81). Oh, with 12 points in the ball game, 5 rebounds and a couple of assists.
And they've gone strictly power. Nice quick move. Oh!
And jams it home.
And that's one where you could argue about going to the foul line too. A lot of bodies colliding.
DC thought it should have been a foul. 27 for Coleman, 90-83. Down to 7 on the 24. 3 on the 24. Lewis has to force it. And that's what I mean. Those kind of shots, can't make them, right? He makes it.
Sherman is unbelievable. Doesn't make much outside. That time able to nail one just when you think you got him beat.
Joe Klein with a block of Bernard King. Kevin Gamble and Robert Parrish back in the lineup.
Now here's the pinch, and right here now you figure they're dead. And Sherman spots up, knocks it down. Pretty good defensive set for naught.
Draws, looking for his first. He got it.
Beautiful ball fake.
First field goal of the second half for Petro. 92-85. The Nets are within 7, and the Celtics call a timeout. 8.5 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. The Nets trailing the Celtics by 7. Long way to go. Matty Loughlin, Spencer Ross with you here at the Meadowlands, and Derrick Coleman, his first triple-double since 1991. December of 1991.
Great effort tonight. They're going to need him down the stretch here.
92-85, Boston by 7. Here's Reggie Lewis, knocked away by Petro, and Draws will push it up.
He gets the adrenaline going. Watch out.
Has it knocked out of his hand. And back they come the other way. Douglas to the hoop.
Big turnaround. Well, they made up for a bad play at the one end.
Back to a 9-point lead, 94-85. Rumeal all the way, won't go. Bernard puts it home.
Oh, they deserved that one, did they? Oh my goodness. Well, when you use the tin straight on, that'll happen.
94-87.
Dry's trying to hang on to Reggie. Oh,
big battle.
Got away with one with Mahorn. I'm starting to sound like Johnny Most.
Parrish got it off just before the 24-second buzzer, and another offensive rebound for the Celtics.
And the long ones are tougher, though, Spence. Because don't forget, you're shoved in trying to protect those easy follows on a short miss.
Coleman, nice reaction. Here's Rumeal. He wants to beat Sherman.
Tough shot.
Oh, puts it home.
Good.
25 for Rumeal. 12 field goals for him. That ties his career high. And it's a 94-89 ball game. Gamble. Boy, they're using the glass tonight.
They sure are. And Gamble, a couple of running starts out on the foul line.
Back up to a 7-point Boston lead. Here's Coleman against McDaniel. Finds Bernard. Swatted away. And Bernard will go to the line to shoot 2.
And Bernard doing like Chris Morris does, the quick cut. Well, once you see the double and triple, here comes a big Robert, and King just finding that hole almost like it's against the zone. Slice in there, and Parrish once again up pretty good, huh? It would have been 2+1.
The old feller can still do it. 39 years of age. Bernard at the line. Reggie Lewis gets a rest now as D. Brown comes in. So they go with 2 point guards, D. Brown and Sherman Douglas, with Gamble McDaniel. And the big guy, Parrish. Here's Mahorn. And he is fouled, drawn up.
Parrish, I believe. This is an opportunity. Chris Ford upset at his own players, I think, for not stepping out. But this is where strength comes in handy in a legal situation on a missed free throw. With the smaller guards in now, Draz might get a chance to set up and shoot over the top. See if they run some post screens, get him active a little bit.
5 points now for Rick Mahorn. Remember, this game, a victory would move the Nets within half a game of the Celtics. A loss, they're 2.5 behind. And chances at a fourth-place finish, while not mathematically by the board, very, very slim they do become. 96-92, so a pressure ball game here. Here's Douglas, Gamble.
They got away with it. Good call by Jess Kersey.
Jess Kersey made the call. Gamble stuck the arm out. Mahorn wants the ball. Give me the ball. Let's play.
Well, when you feel you're on a roll, you want to get going. And Draz down in a post kind of a situation where they run the bumps.
Petro got it. Run the bumps beautifully. Nets are within 2. Chris Ford wants a timeout.
Welcome back, guys. A semi-bada bing.
Well, congratulations. Draz hits that basket. An opportunity to congratulate him on being Sports Channel's Nets' most valuable player, Drazen Petrovic, for the second consecutive year, and he'll receive his award prior to the Nets' final home game on Friday, April 23rd against the Orlando Magic. And you are the folks who voted him in with your phone call. Saturday night, we're back with you from Landover, the Nets and the Bullets. But right here, 2-point Boston lead, 5:46 remaining. Reggie Lewis is back in the lineup, and a rebound pulled down by Bernard King.
And with Lewis in, Draz ended up with him, but good help defensively, but first by Coleman forcing him out, and then Mahorn with the challenge on Lewis.
Nets with an opportunity to tie. Petro, clobbered gone up. Reggie Lewis picks up the foul.
He knows how, and adrenaline, a great part of his game to draw attention. And when you shoot, people come running at you. Here's the pump fake, and right here, the ability to step through and make some contact.
He will shoot 2. Day after he suffered the knee injury, and it was really no danger to him to do what he did.
25 in a row, was it, or 26?
Yeah. That snapped. But the day after he suffered...
No, I meant in the shooting practice.
Yeah. But the day after the knee injury, he ran 4 miles.
Oh.
He was told, the doctor said that can't hurt the knee. It's not the lateral movement. He just wanted the desire to stay in shape. And he's such a great free throw shooter, too, and misses them both.
He's not totally on his game, we know that, but part of his game is generally good enough.
Here's McDaniel. Celtics back up by 4. The X-Man has 8 points.
And they went again to their ability to turn the corner, have the defense step up, and find the shooter.
98-94 Boston. Coleman against McDaniel. They try and give him some help. They do. And the foul goes against McDaniel.
The X-Man. And Derrick away from traffic. That's what made that such a wonderful move. You set the guy up to the middle, and you see Parrish looming. Great understanding.
So Coleman at the line. He will shoot 2. Again, a chance to move the Nets within 2. And that's an attacking the hoop. That's 3 in a row they've missed. Can't miss him down the stretch right here.
The Celtics in the midst of a 3-game at least road trip. I think they go to Miami and Orlando on this run, but you're right. You got to nail free throws. Can't have empty trips.
One of 2 for Coleman. And interestingly enough, the 2 best free throw shooters on the team, Coleman and Petrovic.
And that's the guys you like to touch it at this juncture.
98-95, Celtics by 3. 4:40 remains in the ballgame. Here's Lewis.
Great
Coleman
job.
saves it. but it comes back to Gamble.
They're saying he had control. They gave him a reset.
Why did they reset the clock?
Oh, just saying it was because he caught it and passed it.
Now it's stolen away. Here's Rumeal. He'll challenge D. Brown. Go to the line to shoot two.
Now, you can't argue with the officials. They're saying that he grabbed it, caressed it, made the pass.
The initial reaction is it shouldn't have been a reset, but you think about it.
Everything but on this breakaway.
Now you got to make these free throws, and that's a mess. 3 of their last 4.
No.
4 of their last 5.
And able to hang around. Get one and keep playing a good D.
Abdelnaby back in. He's going to replace Kevin Gamble.
They go bigger.
Yeah.
And Allah does play, or has played, Derrick much better, I think.
Done a good job tonight. 15 points, 10 rebounds, a double-double. He's 7 of 8 from the floor. And he'll bump a Derrick down deep. 1 of 2 for Rumeal. 26 points for Robinson. 98-96. Boston by a deuce with 4:13 remaining in this ball game.
Well, Parrish really nailed Draz.
McDaniel got it off over King. Good defense. And here come the Nets back quickly. Rumeal.
Good control.
King.
Post up. Get it down. Nice play by Rumeal.
We are tied at 98. The Nets have come from 10 behind here in this 4th quarter. They were down 86-76.
ISO. Got to look to help. Force him to help.
Lewis. Good defense again. McDaniel has it taken out of his hands when we get a foul.
Mahorn thought he had all ball. I don't know who they call it against. They get it on Bernard King, but here's the post up earlier to tie the game. He is magic when he gets turned. And right here they're saying the grab on King as it's down on the ground.
He's at the line. That's all that counts.
Yep. Crowd not liking it.
9 points for McDaniel. Boston leads it by a point. And the rebound pulled down by Coleman. 1 of 2 from the line.
And Mahorn just big enough, strong enough to hold 0-0 up.
That's with a chance to regain the lead as you see the clock ticking down. 3 minutes and 12 seconds remaining. Rumeal. Bernard. Down to 5 on the 24. Rumeal has to throw it up. On the rebound, pulled down by McDaniel.
Get into your stuff. Got to run it quicker, right.
99-98. Celtics lead it by a point.
Nice help there by Mahorn.
And all alone is D. Brown. Abdelnaby bobbles down to 2 on the 24. McDaniel with the force. Good rebound. Rick Mahorn. Good defensive set by the Nets that time.
Oh, they got to see the ball. Oh, my goodness.
And Draz very nearly went back court with it. And Chuck Daly calls a timeout. There are all sorts of sighs of relief over at the net bench as the Nets maintain possession.
I think Derrick's the one that called a timeout, knowing they might turn it over.
Basketball, they trail the Celtics by a point with 2:24 remaining. Here's Petro. Rumeal, Robinson for the lead. On the rebound and a good one. And sneaking out is D. Brown. Got in too deep but couldn't put it home. Break for the Nets. Draza. He's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot, too.
He's amazing. Now, there's a case when you're ahead, you don't just throw the shot up. If you can't make the layup, bring the ball around. Not a heads-up play by the Celtics, but here's one where Allen gets turned lead. He could have swiped the basketball, but Draz once again that ability to draw bodies.
Chance for the tie and the lead. Draz missed his last two. Reggie Lewis picking up his 5th foul. Nets are 8 for 15 from the line in this quarter. That's a little over 50%. Nets with 3 timeouts remaining. The Celtics with 2. He has never missed 4 in a row from the line.
I don't remember it.
That's about a man who shoots 88% from the free throw line. 99-98, Celtics by 1. He was on line with both of them, just too hard. We'll get a foul.
And
Reggie Lewis will go to the line to shoot, too. Derrick had to come over to help.
Yeah, it was a nice play by him. Over to help Draz. Empty trips, though, have caused some problems for the Nets with the free throws. Right now, depending on what happens on these 2 knockdowns. Sam Bowie up.
Sam Bowie in, replacing Rick Mahorn. So Lewis with a chance to make it a 3-point Celtic lead. 26 points for Reggie Lewis tonight. Boy, the free throws really plaguing the Nets. Down 3. And shooting from the line in this quarter, 8 of 16, 50%.
And Chuck now getting the post kind of a look. Screen downs, looking for Draz to pop out. Great job by Lewis.
Down to 10 on the 24. Rumeal finds Bernard. Over the X-Man. Oh, that's incredible.
X just turned and looked at him. You're not supposed to be able to do that anymore. That was a medium range post up. And a quick 20.
22nd timeout called by Chris Ford. Watch the way he squares up in the air.
And look what I mean, that's not an easy shot. Halfway around, he's turning and delivering, bodied, and a challenge with the hand. He still has a lot left offensively.
Well, Chuck Daly playing the chess game came up with a king, a late king in this one.
Let's not checkmate yet.
Not quite. A 1-point Celtic lead. Bernard came into the ball game here in the 4th quarter. Nets trailed by as many as 10. He's put home 7 points, hitting 3 of 4 from the floor.
Spencer, if you're Drazen, you got to figure Reggie's the guy, so you've got to make 2 stands where you make it tough for him to catch the basketball. If you can stop him once, gear up for the second one. Don't let them get him into his bumps and flow. And here's the first. Good job by Draz. See if they go. Nice play.
D. Brown. Coleman goes for it, saves it nicely. That was a beautiful rebound.
Before going out of bounds or walking.
1 minute remains.
Going to Derrick.
He's got it. Parrish comes over to help.
Nice cut by Sam.
It'll still be net ball. 5 on the 24.
Not a bad look, too. He had Bernard King low, and Chuck.
Nets will call a timeout. 47.9 seconds remaining.
He's going for the 20. He got a few extra there. The Nets with 3, Celtics with 2 remaining. 5 seconds.
Chuck diagramming a play. Think they're attentive?
Oh, that's the one thing you've noticed all year long. This is a play where you've got to get a pop out and make sure you lose your man. And then the inbound passer has to respond quickly. You can't wait. The numbers right there that you mentioned, the timeouts.
It's been tough here at home for the Nets. They lose the game on the Ferry basket at the buzzer Saturday night, the previous home game. The 2 free throws by Isaiah in the final second. And now down to the wire we go again. A 1-point Boston lead. Nets have the ball, just 5 on the 24.
And then the couple of picks are they're going to take back screens, and Lewis trying to hold on to Draz.
And Lewis with 5 fouls, too. Coleman. DC lays it home. Beauty.
Oh, the gamble by Parrish. Help. A very alert Derrick Coleman.
And the Nets have regained the lead at 102-101.
Here's the gamble out wide and opens it up. The long arm of the money.
By DC gives the Nets the lead, 102-101 after trailing by 10 in this fourth quarter. But look at the free throw line, 9 of 15 for the Nets. The Celtics not much actually worse in this quarter.
And Raphael in for defensive purposes on Reggie Lewis.
And here is Lewis breaking free, puts it home. 29 points for Lewis. The Nets need a timeout. And that was off the curl, no help. He was very, very free.
He was wide open and not getting much help as Raphael gets rubbed off just on the baseline. You can see him trying to fight through. Sam trying to challenge. And was there any question who they were going to go to?
No. Number 35. He's 12 of 23 from the floor in this ball game. 29 points for Reggie Lewis. And the Nets have the ball back. There's 38.8 seconds remaining. So the Nets in a situation where if they can get something pretty quickly, Bill, they can get a 2-for-1 and get the ball back.
Yeah. The interesting thing now, at least from Chuck's standpoint, what you can go to, they've had success of late going to Derrick on the box. When the double comes, the cutter being free. They've had success with Bernard on a box where he's been able to take his guy. And they've also had Drazen running the post screens and at least getting to the line, and you can be assured he'll make the next 2. I mean, he's missed 4 free throws, which is not his style because of the layoff. So there's many things that he can diagram. You mentioned I would do it as quickly as possible for the situation where you can still extend the game. Play to lengthen the game if you don't make these 2.
And if you miss this one, Celtics will get it back. And the Nets will have to get it back. But if it goes under 24, and Boston holds on to the basketball, you've got to foul him right away.
Well, I think that's if you do miss this, you can shorten the game by giving the foul.
Right.
We'll let him make it. It's still 3. It's a 1-shot game or it's a 2-shot game. They can still go for 2 and be 1 down. Give it to him again. Hope that they get it to even numbers with a miss. And the way they've shot, as the Nets have, not well from the free throw line.
So there's your timeout situation. That's with a couple. Celtics with 1. A 103-102 lead. Boston on a Reggie Lewis floater in the lane gives him 29 points with 38.8 seconds remaining. And that's the way we stand right now. Bernard King will inbound. Petro back in the lineup on the offense, replaces Addison. Knocked out of bounds. It'll still be net ball.
Just because the key is to getting it in, as we all know. It can be tough at times.
That's why you gave up coaching, isn't it?
Oh.
I mean, you get old.
You can't take anything for granted.
And Bernard needs a timeout. Needed the timeout, couldn't get the ball in bounds. Nets are down to their final timeout now. And the Celtics with 1. So the playoff type atmosphere here at the Meadowlands Arena in a ball game which has the Celtics leading at 103-102 with 37.6 seconds remaining.
Well, a different set will probably take place now because they've read it well twice. And you might look for Rumeal to be the guy popping out. He's got that good, quick spurt, and that's what you need on an inbounds pass. Or the big guy faking a screen like Derrick and coming back and just settling and then get organized. 23 seconds left on the shot clock. 37.6 on the overall. Defensively, be curious to see if they try and double snuff the ball out and gamble and leave 1 guy back on the inbound pass. The Nets have been trying to get it on the sideline. They let somebody front that guy coming there like a Draz. They got a piece of it one time.
Well, let's see what they do. Kingle inbounded. 103-102. Boston leads by a point in a must-win game for the Nets.
And a different look. Drives down on the base And Rumeal outside. He had been down on the box earlier, so he's going to use Sam.
They got it to Rumeal. He was out of bounds, and the ball will go over to the Celtics. Oh.
Wow.
That hurts. That hurts. Raphael Addison will come back into the lineup to replace Drazen Petrovic on the offense-defensive switch by Chuck Daly.
Raphael Addison is the ball game, replacing Drazen Petrovic.
They're saying on the catch, Chris Ford down there trying to help.
Inbounds to D. Brown. Celtics by 1. You don't want to foul now. Don't foul. Let them get their shot. Don't give them 2 easy ones from the free throw line. Gamble. He's got it back.
Now they got to give the foul.
Now you got a foul. Knocked away, and we'll get the foul right there. Well, Gamble missed what a near trip shot. Missed the chippy, and then the Nets could not get the offensive rebound, which has been a problem for a good part of this ballgame.
They have not been able to come up with them. You're right, Spencer. And right here, the ball just bounces away from where all the Nets people happen to be. It's one of those fortuitous breaks, but alertly they give the foul. The Nets have the 1 timeout. We'll see if they expend it. We're still talking the 3.
McDaniel's an 80% free throw shooter. Tonight, he is 3 of 4 from the line. 2 big free throws here. Nets have a life. McDaniel's now missed 2 in a row from the line. 14.2 seconds remaining. The Nets trail 103-102. It is a 2-point ball game, and the Nets call their final timeout with 14.2 seconds remaining. I'll tell you, can't get any tighter than this. 2 teams battling for that all-important 4th spot in the opening round of the playoffs, which gives you home court advantage. Let's get the ball back right now. Down a deuce, 104-102.
And again, you get back to the same kind of a situation, getting it in.
Yep.
What you do once you get it in, and they don't have to be in a hurry to shoot the ball. Just try and get the good shot that's going to be described in the timeout. And then with time to tip it in if it is missed, or gather it and go up strong. Generally, in shooting situations like this, dribbling becomes very important. Remember Derrick able to catch it and beat this guy? So if you don't have it, if you can drive, a lot of things can happen. The defense converges, you might get bumped, or you can find somebody. But basically, use the bump inside if that's what they run. They run those great baseline bumps, and then if you don't have the shot, look low and let Derrick go up strong, or Bernard King, who he will be, or it has been in, on that other box, and then bang the glass on a miss.
And every foul is a shooting foul. Celtics over the limit. 104-102. Nets were down in this ball game, 86-76 after Boston put together a 25-8 run. But Chuck Daly's crew rebounded, came back, took the lead by a point, but Reggie Lewis's basket gave the Celtics the lead. And now it's a 2-point lead on the McDaniel free throw.
And the Nets, without any timeouts, the difficulty of getting it in. You got to get free. Step back to the ball if you're the screener.
Jess Kersey will give the ball to Bernard King. McDaniel on the defense. And Petro is able to come out. They're looking for Derrick. They have Derrick. To the hoop. He is fouled, gone up. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. I think 8.4 seconds remaining.
Got to take it to guys. And 0-0 stepped up. And Draz bailed them out by getting the inbounds pass, and right away dump it low and take it to the D. And right here, Parrish not letting him get it up on the 10.
That's been the problem. Got to make these 2. 31 points for Coleman. Chuck Daly once again puts Addison in for Petrovic. Celtics have one timeout remaining. If DC makes this, they will call it. And a big night for him, but all for naught if the Nets cannot come out on top. They need a W here. Coleman on the rebound. They lead! DC puts it home! Timeout Boston!
Oh, Spencer, what do you always say? You gotta believe.
Sam Bowie tipped it back right into Coleman's hands, and DC put the big one home to give the Nets the lead, 105-104. But still 5.5 seconds remain.
And the Daly philosophy continues. Hang around. Missing free throws, struggling on and out of bounds. Just hang around. Some good stuff can happen. And that time, the missed free throw, but Sam, the man, keeping it alive, and DC rejoicing in the Meadowlands. But you're right. 5 left, no timeouts remaining. So you've got to really prepare defensively. And this is where the assistant coaches and Mitch Kaufman with all the tape come in handy as to tendencies, what clubs like to do at the end of the game. I'm sure Reggie Lewis will be a guy that'd like to get the basketball in his hands. Sherman's another guy that can do some damage with the bounce.
And Derrick Coleman, in effect, the three-point play, hits the first free throw, misses the second, and puts home the rebound for a 105-104 lead. Addison with a big job right now. Has to come up with a job on Reggie Lewis. First game here, it was D. Brown who wanted it to buzzer for the Celtics.
And also, remember, you've been mentioning all game, missed shots. You got to be ready to rebound if you're the Nets.
Neither team has a timeout remaining. Sherman Douglas back in.
Derrick matched up with Reggie. Size. And nobody out.
Reggie's all alone. Here's Douglas. With 0.3 of a second to go, Sherman Douglas.
No timeouts. They got to be ready.
Unbelievable. Here's Rumeal from midcourt. And that is it. Another heartbreaker for the Nets, who have lost 3 in a row here at the Meadowlands by a total of 4 points. Wow. A point loss to Cleveland, 2 points to Detroit, and a 1 point here to the Boston Celtics. Can't get any tougher than this one, Billy.
Killer.
Final score, Celtics 106, Nets 105. Back to wrap it up after this.
I didn't want to jam you,
Let me tell you, it's getting to be a snake bit situation with the Nets. Not only the injuries, but 3 consecutive losses here at the Meadowlands in the final seconds. Isaiah with the 2 free throws, Danny Ferry with the basket Saturday night, and tonight with 0.3 of a second to go, Sherman Douglas puts it home. Our Budweiser play of the game, no doubt about it. We talked about how he did it in college. Well, deja vu all over again, as Yogi would say. Our Budweiser play of the game.
Microphone. Everybody matched up well. Just a matter of a very tough shot and guarded too. I mean, it's tough. A difficult loss to handle. It's just, as you noted, a number of them in a row can be devastating. A different look at it, Spencer.
Well, you take a look at what happened here. Douglas, Rumeal stayed with him.
The challenge of the shot, and the chance just to inbound it and make a final last-ditch effort. So outstanding. And you said it, he did it at Syracuse. So why not continue?
We sound pretty down here, don't we? I'll tell you. Great win for the Celtics, but as far as the Nets are concerned, the kid from Syracuse comes in and does a job, and we'll get back with Sherman Douglas, who'll join us right after these messages, okay? Back here at the Meadowlands, where the Boston Celtics have edged the Nets by a score of 106 to 105, our Old Spice cologne and deodorant players who made the difference tonight. Derrick Coleman with 33 points for the Nets, and Reggie Lewis with a 29-point effort for the Boston Celtics at 12 of 23 from the floor. And for the Celtics, the big basket came in the final stages of the ball game, but Lewis, this was the basket that gave the Celtics the lead with just about a minute to go in the game. A nice curl play off an inbound. Boston took the lead right there, but the Nets then were able to battle back and take the lead on a Derrick Coleman follow after hitting one free throw. And the Nets had the lead with 5.5 seconds to go, but it wasn't enough. We keep talking about Sherman Douglas, how he did it in college. You've been out of college a few years. You done did it here tonight. What great shot. Rumeal was right with you, wasn't he?
Yeah, Rumeal did a good job of bodying me up. You know, he's so strong that he can afford to put a lot of pressure on you. And I just tried to go, and it was going to be a drawing kick if Reggie was in the corner, but I decided just to take this shot, and I got it up in the air, and it felt good.
A rebirth for you, isn't it? You took that little hiatus, you got back, you got your head together, and things have kind of worked out. It was kind of rough going. First Miami and back up with the Celtics, but things gotten together for you, haven't it?
Things getting together for me right now because I'm trying to play my tempo of the game. When I first got here, I was more confused. I wasn't really playing my style of basketball. I was more half court and watching the other guys play basketball. I still get a little bit into that, but I'm getting more and trying to get in transition and try to get our guys easy baskets.
You know, Sherm, you own the middle of the lane, the middle of the court in college and in your early days in the NBA. Tonight, it looks like you had a lot more opportunities to drive and do some damage in the middle.
Yeah, we did a good job of getting some spacing. I think anytime we can get spacing, I can create and get to the middle and try to get guys easy baskets, especially when you got a guy like Reggie Lewis who can put the ball on the floor, he can score, he can do pretty much everything.
A little talking going on between the Syracuse grads out there. I spotted you two taunting a little bit.
Yeah, I was trying to talk to Derrick. You know, I thought Derrick could become a great free throw shooter, better than me and better than Ronnie. He's really improved his game so much. I mean, he's one of the great basketball players in this league, and hopefully next year he can make the All-Star game.
Isn't that nice of you?
Rumeal, first half, he blew by you a few times. Second half, you came out and you blew by him like he wasn't there. Was that a concerted effort? You decided to come out and try and go right back at him?
Well, I think sometimes, you know, one of the older guys on our team say the best defense is a good offense. So you put the pressure back on Rumeal. And, you know, I think lately we haven't been doing a good job on the pick and rolls of the guys getting out. Isaiah Thomas did a good job of coming off the screens on us. And lately, guards been getting to the middle. But, you know, I had to do a better job of containing guys in the middle. And I think for us to be successful, we're going to have to do a better job of rebounding. I think that's what hurt us tonight.
You know, Sherm, in a huddle at the end of the game, are you almost tempted to say to Chris or any coach, hey, look, coach, let me have the ball, get it to me, and I'm going to find somebody. Is it tempting?
It's tempting, but you know what? I don't think they know my potential coming down in the late part of the game because this is Reggie Lewis' team, Kevin McHale, Robert Purse, and they're used to those guys. I don't think they know pretty much what I can do down the stretch. I think they're getting used to it now because I had a couple of buzzer beater games, and I think that they get more confidence in me.
Congratulations. Always great to see you. Glad you're doing well, too.
Thanks a lot.
They're going to find out. General Sherman and his tank were here at the Meadowlands tonight, and a big basket at the buzzer, 0.3 of a second to go. Wins over the Celtics is a big win for them. Congratulations, Sherman.
Thanks a lot.
Sherman Douglas of the Boston Celtics. Remember, the Nets will be back on Sports Channel Saturday night at 7:30 when they take on the Washington Bullets. Our coverage will start with a Sharp Nets tip-off show at 7:15. Once again, the final score, the Celtics beat the Nets 106 to 105. Stay tuned for Nets Wrap. We'll be joined by Matty Loughlin.